I really appreciate the question. We don't live in a culture that actually invites us to speak to things like personal pain, particularly in environments like the workplace. And so, what that means then is that we end up taking on impact after impact after impact and having an experience of not really being seen for what's happening for you. And because this is the tendency and also in some ways the expectation within workplaces that we don't share impactful things, it actually means that we often don't have language to actually describe what's happening for us. And it can be challenging, particularly because some of these impacts might come from things like systemic challenges or issues that might be tied to identity, for example. And so, in cultures that really value this idea of like concrete or absolute language, there can often be a struggle to speak to things that have nuance or speak to things in which are rather that are informed by one's personal experience, which might be very different from the person that you're in conversation with. And so, what I would encourage for you and all to consider is really not to give up. Oftentimes, we want to give up on these conversations because it feels like we won't be heard. And what I can share with you from my own personal experience and what I've seen in my work is that it's worth the time to step up to the challenge to be able to share when you have been impacted. With this type of commitment, what it means then is that we're actually putting ourselves at the center of the action, at the center of our locus of control, being able to name things that are important to us, being able to check in that the person is understanding what it is that we're sharing, and being able to set as much as possible a stage for greater connection and understanding. So even if it feels as though there is no value in being able to share things that are impactful for us that may have or fall in the realm of personal within the workplace, if we find that it's being disruptive in what it is that we're able to do, I invite you to step into centering what your needs are in that moment and finding the language to be able to express what's up for you. In this way, we can really show up for ourselves. And showing up for ourselves actually helps to increase our sense of belonging and understanding and deepen connection to ourselves and to others. Thanks for the question.